Welcome to our reading for Wednesday the 23rd of November 2016. Remember, it's a general reading. See what feels right for you. See which signs, symbols, bells, whistles, messages, energies resonate for you and bring you clarity to what you're wondering, concerned, confused, inquiring, dreaming, praying about. We're all children of God. We're all psychic. We're not all going through the same thing at the same time, at the same pace. So see what feels right for you. It could be one sign and that brings you clarity. It could be the whole reading. It could make sense later. In the end, always use your logic and intuition together to make sound decisions based in love for the highest, greatest good of all. So we're all uplifted in love. See how it feels for you. How you ride these energetic waves that come through here is always up to you. Is it your wave? Is it not your wave? Are you waiting for another wave, preparing for the wave, crashing into the wave, or ignoring the wave? Also, feel free to make this an interactive video with me if you want to pull some cards for yourself. And if you have some time, try to check out the links below, see if there's more depth, signs and symbols, and awesome music, and show your love and appreciation to the musicians below. And thank you for joining me. I'll see you in a moment for the reading. Hi, welcome to our reading for Wednesday the 23rd of November 2016. I'm going to start with the Steampunk Tarot today. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, our higher self, angels, and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. Let's get some clarity into the energies for Wednesday the 23rd and wisdom to ride these energies best for all of us. Let's start with one card. Help us out for today. Well, that's a beautiful start. That's the sun. That's a golden opportunity, a golden chance to be yourself, to dance this dance, to take hold of your partner. And I see like, I wanted to say a line dance, but I actually see a square dance. So maybe that makes me think of like masculine energy. So maybe there's something moving or changing or circulating in the masculine energy today, pulling it into the feminine energy, or something about the feminine energy merging with the masculine. So I see like squares and circles working together. I like the little Scotty dog here. I feel like there's like, I want to say a locomotive, but at first it looked like a library outside to me. I saw that as a bunch of books. So maybe there's knowledge. There's also like a spout, or like, you know, like a water fountain, a sink, something being cleansed. It makes me think of the horses, like, you know, like filling up the horse bathtub that they have outside. I also see like the zodiac and cycles, seasons, sunflowers, as above, so below. You know, the sunflowers are reaching for that opportunity, so should you. It's also grabbing it before it's gone, you know, before the sun goes away. So this is kind of a new deck too. They all have, also the sun's number 19. So that brings you to a 10, which brings you a new beginning. It's a new beginning. It's a new start. It's a new chance. You know, I hear golden, just golden. It makes me think of independence, being yourself. Like, I think of like children on the beach, you know, playing in the sun, you know, just having fun, running into the ocean, doing whatever they want because it's just, you know, happy being alive when you're a child, but it's bringing that happiness into the now of whatever age you are now. It's finding that balance, that dance within you now to recognize the opportunities, but it's having fun in the moment now so that your focus is in, I want to say, beautiful harmony with your higher self, with your spirit, with your true self coming out. Like if there's something hidden or held back before, or you were hesitating on opportunities, or maybe being seen, you know, being in the spotlight, being noticed, this is your chance for things to come around and change. It's a chance for big growth. I feel like it's also victory, but more like just fun. It's not really any kind of pressure. It's just victory in the now, in the moment, in living, in being, in finding a balance in your energies. You know, you're ending something that didn't work. You're leaving behind hard, heavy energy, work, thinking, attachments, whatever it is, and you're letting loose here. I just heard footloose. Footloose. You know, you're just getting into it. So let's go to the Sun, number 19. It's a major arcana. It's a major opportunity to be yourself. It makes me think of children. Sometimes the Sun has twins, or like, yeah, like usually twins, or like a brother and a sister. But this looks like, it could be a brother and a sister, but it looks like a couple, like a divine twin, you know, a soul connection, a soul twin, somebody that has the opposite energy than you, and you work better together somehow. Somehow together that opposite thing just comes in and you don't fight it, you work with it. So this could be a partner, you know, the perfect dance partner, the perfect work partner, the perfect love partner, you know. This could be your husband, your wife. This could be your children. But it's all of those things. It's the Sun. It's all of those things wrapped into one. It's whatever that beautiful I am moment of abundance, you know, bathing in the sunlight in your bikini or your skivvies kind of moment. Careless and free, not worrying about opinions of others at all. It's how you feel here. It's your connection here. Your connection within yourself. Your connection to the music you hear. Your connection to this person here or this person here. And the flowers behind you dancing and moving. You know, the energy is moving behind you when you're dancing here. You know, if this was something on YouTube or in an old film, all of these sunflowers would be dancing along. You could see the energy. So, number 19, let's look at the phrase. There's like a phrase for all of, for each of these cards in this deck, the steampunk. So, the phrase for 19 is, dance with me. Why? Because life is amazing. So, core meaning is clarity that brings joy. Once this thing is revealed about yourself, within yourself, something you had tucked away you didn't even realize you loved to do. It's giving something a chance, giving somebody else a chance, you know, accepting a dance, asking for a dance, and then seeing where it leads and finding that what opens up afterwards, the connection that you find from this, is even more abundant than you could ever have imagined had you not had the experience. So the only way you actually lose out with the Sun is to not grab that chance, to not give it a go, not give it a whirl, you know, even if it's a square dance. Maybe you can make it special. You can make it unique. All right, let's move along. Let's go to the Romance Angels Oracle card and get clarity on the Sun. I like how the one is questioning why. Like, come dance with me. Why? Why? You don't know until you try. You have to try to understand. You can't understand by sitting there in your head. It's do kind of card. It's you kind of card. You know? It's the kind of card that gets you into something. You know? It's about the experience. You inside and outside all together. It's everything, because you're ending something, beginning something. You're in the now. You're improving. You're in the moment of creation. You know, that even like a sport, you know, in that moment where when you don't think, you're in it. You know, when you're playing music, you're just in it. You know, you don't quite always know where it came from. It's just being in that moment. So it's tapping into that expressive moment for you, whatever that is. You know, it could be riding a bike, going to the gym, talking with somebody kind of cool, a new connection, synchronicity in your life, small miracles you notice and get bigger the more you notice them. I feel like this could be somebody else who's with you today to notice the same miracles. Maybe that's why it's extra special together. I just heard like witness from Sarah McLachlan. That was kind of weird to come in. So maybe there's a witnessing something beautiful together, witnessing this experience together. Let's get a card from, I almost forgot what I had here, from the Romance Angels on Communication Matters of the Heart. Love for Wednesday the 23rd. Free yourself. You know, I want to say, the first when I see this, I want to say, get out of the playpen, get out of the cage, get up from the corner, you know, get out of the chair and move around, explore. There's nothing holding you back. You are a beautiful, powerful, magical being, child of God, you know. You can, I feel like, do the impossible. I feel like we can do impossible things if we just don't put ourselves in a cage. You know, once you tell yourself it can't happen, then you already put the cage in for it not to happen. So just don't have the cage. You know, allow everything to be open so miracles can come through. So, you know, it starts with recognizing the small things. And once you get that aha, or that happens too much for that to be just coincidence or quinky-dink, you know, then you allow that cage or that yourself to expand further and further and more and more. And before you know it, you know, like nothing surprises you, you know, because miracles actually happen all the time. So it takes you taking a leap, freeing yourself from what you think something should be, from expectations on something or on someone or on a certain situation. Allow something bigger than what you know or what you've seen or where you've come from to come in. If you've never been in the forest, you've never seen the neighbor's house, you've never gone to another town, you've never been on the other side of the world, you've never spoken to another unicorn, you know, then how do you know? So it's expansion. It's you taking a step and going out and freeing yourself from something, a thought, what somebody else said, worrying about others, you know, your own restrictions here, what you think you can't do because of blah, 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 blah. Get rid of the blah and start to move and see where it takes you, you know, and I feel like you know, you start to just, I feel like all of this is like creation. I feel like it's all moving too. There's all energy here. Like it's just waiting for you to be involved with this energetic frequency of nature and your surroundings and your world. You know, your destiny unfolding, how magical you are, how powerful you are. You don't even know where you are here. So you need to explore, you need to expand, you need to go somewhere else. You need to free yourself and take an opportunity, you know? Learn who you really are, how powerful you really are, what you can actually do. I just thought of aerokinesis. It's time to take back control of your life. You don't know what you don't know, you don't know. We all have spiritual gifts, you know, special connections to nature, to spirit, to God, to our angels, to everything around us. You know, our energetic frequency makeup is special and perfect. And, you know, there's something important that you are here to do with that special makeup that you have. Your uniqueness that you have is special. So it takes you going out and moving around and exploring a little to figure out what it is, you know, to tap into this, to allow something to unfold, to learn something more about yourself than you knew before, about the world around you than you knew before, you know, to find more joy by starting something. So it's releasing something, you know, you can come back here. You don't have to leave there forever if you're comfortable here, but take a chance. And if it doesn't feel right, trust yourself to go on back. Do it slowly if you have to. If you have to just open up the gate and look at it for a moment, take, you know, stick a foot out, see how that feels, if it feels different on the other side or not. Perhaps stand on the other side and look at what it looks like inside that fence. Maybe tomorrow you go a little farther, you know. Maybe you open that up and you run. You're done. Once you're out, you're out. You'll never go back. You know, it's never the same again. It's different for everybody, what brings you joy. All right, I'm going to move actually to the Fairy Tarot. Let's get a card. Wednesday. Wednesday the 23rd, clarity on free yourself. I also hear don't rely on others to do it for you. Sometimes it's our responsibility to do it. You know, you can't rely on somebody else to come and open your pen for you all the time. Not when you can just jump out. Look at how big that unicorn is. I feel like he could just teleport out. If he thought about it, he could just end up somewhere else. So, you know, there's nothing holding you back other than what your own restrictions are here. So allow things to expand. You know, allow huge, big, beautiful miracles to come in. Don't stop them from coming in, you know? That's awesome. It's like, you know, it's like when that thing happens, that it could be a small synchronicity. It could be huge, you know? But it changes you. It zaps you with like a frequency of love and makes you realize that it's deeper being here than just the surface. And it's easy in our day-to-day world to get caught up in the 3D and living and surviving and the stuff we have to do, our responsibilities, the dramas, you know, our relationships, our jobs, our children, our animals, our families, our friends, you know, our ups, our downs, the shit that goes on in our life and the good times and what we lose and what we gain. I sort of went off track with that, so let's get another card. Let's continue. And that's the Ace of Winter. So that's like the, wow, that's like the eight. No. All right, well, let me show you this. So that's two aces, technically. I wasn't going to read this many cards, but I guess that was upright. So that's the Ace of Pentacles. That's technically the golden ticket. I think I said that in the beginning. So, like, that's opportunity to create growth in your actual world, your stability, your abundance, your job, your family, the things that you can feel around you, that grow around you, that you nurture and take care of. But that's an opportunity that is meant for you. I feel like this is something that you come into in perfect timing, because now you are like, now you can hold this opportunity. Like, you have come through and now you have the power and the strength to come through this gate, to have this. Before you couldn't, or you wouldn't have seen it before. You couldn't have handled it before. So back to the Ace of Winter. So that's two aces. That's a beginning. That's big beginnings. That's an ace in the beginnings, in your surroundings, what's around you, your job, what makes you happy, what you want to build in your world. And this is your head thinking clearly. This is having, like, clear connection with what you should be doing, with what feels right for you, with how to get out of this situation, with how to start, with how to take a step. They're both aces, so it takes you getting out. You haven't done it yet. You know, maybe the music is playing. This person has asked you to dance, but you're still in your head, and you're still in that moment where you have to, like, move, put energy into it, you know, you have to make a step, take a step, go forward. The ace is clarity. It could be big truth coming in. That's also this. Didn't that say, like, truth that makes things joyful? So, you know, it takes freeing yourself to find that truth inside of you, in a situation, in a relationship, in a job, you know, in your schedule, whatever this is. Ace of Winter is, you know, it's also like, you know, you have a little challenge. I think the only challenge here is you doing it. You taking the step. It's not really a very big challenge because you already have the strength from everything else that you went through. Even if it's a redo, that redo offered you a chance for some kind of growth. You know, some kind of chance to find yourself here before you were ready for this opportunity. It's like a big start. It's like another new chance. It's, like, I feel like it's the light bulb, the lightning bolt, the aha moment, the jolt that you feel in your body that not only feels right here, but connects you to your body. It's like lightning, like zzz, like, oh, I know, you just know, you know. So if this is information coming through, after this comes through, you're going to know what to do here. You're going to know it's for you here. You're going to know to try something out. Maybe before you were unclear because, you know, something was foggy, or it was dark, or it was winter, or something was frozen over, or covered up, you know, or growing up, or tucked away, or locked away. And now it's coming free. There's something freeing up today. So it starts with you freeing something up. I feel like it starts inside of expanding what you expect. Expect, you know, bigger than you expected before to come through. Allow things to come through. Don't be deterred by challenges along the way. It's important to communicate clearly and accurately. Amazing new ideas that should be implemented. So whether, you know, this is the idea to go, or the idea comes after you go, and then you do whatever you need to, come back, make a project, start a new job, leave something behind, dance a new dance, call somebody up, whatever this is, it starts with taking a chance, you know, moving beyond that idea, grabbing it, you know, getting past the storm and moving, like, I feel like past the storm and into the sun, you know, into the warmth. So maybe there was something cold before, or something was like iced over, or I feel like I see like an iceberg. Like you knew a little bit of truth, but there was a lot underneath you didn't understand or know. So I feel like it's almost like the sun came out and the iceberg melted. And once you see the whole thing, you realize you can see everything all of a sudden, how deep it was underneath the surface, how far you've come. Like maybe you didn't realize you came so far because it just looked like, you know, you were just on this little sliver of land on the top. Meanwhile, you were traveling up, you know, this big inclination or something. So I feel like something's bigger than you realize. And once this melts, you know, comes through, the weather changes in a situation. You move a situation along, a situation comes in, then you can see the bigger picture and you feel more joy. You feel more clarity. You feel like everything makes more sense after this comes through. So let's continue to, I actually have the Angel Tarot. Let's get a card. Clarity on Ace of Winter, the Sun, number 19, freeing yourself. And I guess if you count this, the Ace of Pentacles as well. Let's get clarity for the 23rd of November. And that's the Four of Air. So that's when you get lost. Like lost before you find the solution, or you need to rest before you find the solution. It's walking away from something to, I feel like you restore energy. It's like you recharge your batteries so you can get up and go later. So sometimes you get overwhelmed with the Four of Air. It's like the Four of Swords, trying to figure something out. It's a lot more complicated than it looks usually. So, you know, rather than getting absorbed in the complications where you're like stuck, I see somebody like stuck inside of clock gears, inside of like a thing, like inside of there. And you have to step away from it, or outside of it, or rest, or recharge something, or, you know, plug it back in, put a new quartz in your watch, or like oil up the gears. And, you know, I see somebody like tiny inside of a watch, like you have to like zip yourself back to life size and come out and then fix the problem through a different perspective. Like go away from it for a while because you were too involved. So sometimes it's just sleeping, you know, getting ready for this opportunity, or bringing balance back into your world, or freeing yourself if you were working too much by finding some time to relax first, you know, so you can think clearly and find some balance in your world so you have energy to dance. Time to rest or take a vacation. That could be a vacation too. That getting out of those, you know, getting out of the playpen, or like your job, or something that you're doing over and over and over and going in circles and not seeing anything new. You're going this, you know, like the same way to work every day, the same thing you see every day, and yet you start to not notice your surroundings more and more because it's the same surroundings. So it's like you have to go away and come back so things look fresh again somehow, if that makes sense. So it's kind of like, you know, home looks better after you went away on vacation. When you go on vacation first, everything looks awesome, and then it kind of like fizzles away, and then you kind of want to come back home. So, you know, it's that change, so you can change, so you can come back changed. So take time to rest or take a vacation. Allow more time before making a decision, and meditation may provide answers. So figuring out your approach to leaving a situation behind and starting something new where you feel this joy inside of you all the time. Sometimes it's just a break, so you plug yourself back in. You're not stressed out about the world so much. It could be like a day off, you know, a night off, a week off, 2 weeks off, a month off, you know, retiring. You're just done. You're going to do hobbies now. But it's finding that balance for you, you know, restoring energy for you so that you come back and you can rebalance things again. Have a different loving filter and energy in your system when you do the normal things again. All right, I'm gonna end this reading with a card from, oh, I hope I have the little booklet. I'm not sure if I do, so I'll do my best. Or maybe I'll pause it. Let's start. Let's begin with one card from Oracle of Visions. This is Ciro Machete. I'm not sure if I have the little booklet, so let's just pull a card and begin. And that's 30. So it's like fear of creativity or fear of letting the things inside you that are like yearning to flourish. Like I feel like there's creative energy somewhere that you're wanting to tap into or feeling inside of you, and you're putting fear on something. 30 is, she just looks like lost in the woods, you know, afraid of all the sounds around her when possibly those sounds are helpful. You know, they're guiding you to like tap into your instincts, you know, into your intuition, into your emotions, into the things you didn't want to face before so that you face it now, and, you know, you recognize what didn't work and what's not good for you, and you recognize what works and what is good for you and what makes you happy. I feel like this is, I want to say others, like maybe something from your past childhood, like fears, fear of the unknown, fear of something you haven't experienced, fear of change, you know, if it'll work, if it'll fall through again this time, you know, if it's different this time, if it's the same this time. You're putting that worry into like the past things or future things that haven't happened. Either way, they're not real. So you need to come back to what's real, you know, and I want to say there's like strength in being vulnerable here, in learning lessons. 3, and being creative, going through the seasons, going through the changes. Let me see if I can find the book. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna pause this because this is new, and I would like to read to end this reading. So one moment, I'll be right back. I apologize. I am back with the little booklet for the Oracle of Visions. So 30 is danger and fear. Avoiding danger is no safer in the long run than outright exposure. The fearful are caught as often as the bold. Helen Keller. In the darkness, our fears feed from us and grow. Our imaginations nourish them and give them form. In return, they can weaken us further or trigger our defenses. This scene, you see this, a clear take on Little Red Riding Hood reinforces the concept that danger may not always be obvious. It may be hidden or disguised. In some cases, we are utterly fooled or taken by surprise and will suffer the consequences. But very often we have a sense that all is not right. For me, it's always in my gut. It's always something here. Something turns inside of me here, and I don't understand what it is, but I actually physically feel it when there's something off in an energy, in a person, in a place, in an environment, something like that. So that's different for all of us. But I must say, it's always right. And I've learned from when I don't listen to it and it's always right to just listen to it. So now my instinct is to listen to that. Whatever it is, just go with it. Don't trust it. Trust it. And trust that you'll be able to ride those waves, whatever it is. It doesn't always have to be bad. Sometimes it's just something little. Sometimes it's protecting somebody else. You know, you can feel an energy that somebody else is going through something raw. And rather than escalating that situation, you can feel it out so that it's not escalated and you can react accordingly so that other person is maybe handled with love instead of it being friction or, you know, negative where it doesn't have to be. So you can change things around however you need with this. If you take out the fear, if you just look at it for what it is and say, what are you doing here and what do I need to do? Listen to yourself because the answer is inside you. Very often we have a sense that all's not right and something is out of place. Our basic instincts are triggered and our senses alerted. It is the time for, is this the time for caution or boldness? You know, how do you feel about that? Is all as it should be? Is he all that he claims to be? Is the offer too good to be true? It's, you know, it's weighing that out, weighing everything out, taking little steps, feeling out this situation, feeling out this dance, you know. I want to say going away, you know, going away from something or, you know, changing your environment somehow to find a solution. You know, maybe you're going into an environment that looks scary, but that's where the answer is. You know, that's where the strength lies. So feel the situation out for you today. And you're either going to be changing something around, growing from something that was scary before and realizing it's actually something joyful. Had you just said, face those fears sooner, now it seems silly, you know. Or it's going to steer you away from something that, you know, you weren't meant to be involved with, or that you can help turn around and make a better situation, make joy out of something that was weird or scary before. All right, guys, I hope this was helpful for you. Vinny's singing some opera for us now for our finale. I love you guys, and I'll see you